Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, doing the preview of this weekend's fight card taking place, Friday, March 4th on ESPN Plus. It's going to feature Jose Ramirez, two former champions. Jose Ramirez, the former unified junior welterweight champ at 140, battles former two-division world champion Jose Pedraza. This is a big crossroads fight for those two. And we'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to discuss the undercard, the co-feature first, which is Joet Gonzalez, as he returns from his defeat to Emmanuel Navarrete, as he made a second attempt at a world title and came up short, losing a contested decision, but he really got beat up in that fight. He really got hit hard with some good hard shots. He's returning to take on J.O. Santissima, who was a former world title challenger, who also came up short to Emmanuel Navarrete as he was stopped in either the 11th or 12th round of a fight back in 2020. This one, I think it's going to be an all-action fight. You got Santissima, who I believe is Filipino, battling Gonzalez, who's an all-out brawler as well. And these two guys, they're running smack head into each other, and it really is a fight to get back towards the top 10 for Joet Gonzalez, who's the favorite going in. But Santissima has a big opportunity here. He has a big opportunity to upset the apple cart and put himself in contention for another world title at some point, move up the ladder. And he's a guy that, I think is an underdog that's got a real chance, because his record, he's 21-3, but two of his three losses took place like in his first 5 fights as a pro, and then he has 18 knockouts on his resume. So this guy hits hard. It's just the level of competition outside of Navarrete has been pretty much nobody. But he's coming. I think he's confident. This fight got signed a while back, and Gonzalez, who knows, after the punishment he took against Emmanuel Navarrete, he really got beat up in that fight, even though he was in that fight. So it's going to be interesting to see who walks away with the win in this one. But I'm going with Joet Gonzalez by either a 10-round decision, or I think he's going to end up stopping Santissima in a slugfest. But I really do think it's going to be an all-out battle right there at featherweight, and you guys should really check it out. That one could potentially steal the show. But the main event's going to see Jose Ramirez, the former unified champ at 140, bouncing back from his only career defeat when he almost got knocked out and ended up losing a close decision to Josh Taylor as they competed for the undisputed world title last May. He returns 9 months later and didn't take a tune-up fight as he takes on the former two-division champion Jose Pedraza. Pedraza, this guy, he's a former two-division champ. He's only lost to very good fighters. He got stopped against Gervonta Davis at 130 pounds a few years ago, lost his world title. He moved up in weight. He defeated Ray Beltran and then lost his title to Vasily Lomachenko by a decision, and then went in against Jose Cepeda and got defeated over 10 rounds cleanly a couple years back. But since then, he's been hot. He's beaten a couple solid fighters, including up-and-comer Julian Rodriguez last year. He stopped him after Rodriguez failed to come out of his corner after 8 rounds. So, Pedraza is confident. He wants to win a championship in a third weight class, and if he can pull off the win over over Ramirez, he's right there sitting in the top 3, top 5, especially if Josh Taylor is planning on moving out of the 140-pound division following his performance last weekend against Jack Catterall. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to pick, I think Ramirez's size as a welterweight, I think his ability to cut off the ring, and I think the way he fights deep into fights, I think Ramirez is going to pull this one out. I think his size is going to be too much. I think he'll get to Pedraza, and I got him stopping Pedraza in the late rounds and pulling this one out and pushing forward. Now, I do think Pedraza's a live underdog. He's a skilled boxer, and if he can use the angles and keep Ramirez off of him, I think there's a chance he could outbox him and walk away with a decision. But as of right now, I'm picking Jose Ramirez to win this one by a stoppage in the late rounds and push forward towards hopefully another title shot moving forward. So we'll see what happens. But that's taking place Friday, March 4th on ESPN Plus. I'm actually going to try to make this fight. It's in Fresno. We'll see what happens. But that's it. That's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.